coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce, and I know you probably got 1,000 questions for me, Saucy. You can ask him.
OGs on the show would know that this is not the first time. OGs on the show would know, like this man right here, Global, always good to have you in. OGs on the show will know that this is not the first time that Doma has rocked up to a show with
looking like
blonde haircut, thinking he's living back in the what was it? When was it? Like, it used to be fashionable back in a while back.
90s.
Yeah, the bleach blonde, the full bleach blonde. It used to be the tips. Everyone used to get the tips on the fringe and that. Dom used to have those back in the day. I remember.
I never had tips.
Oh, okay. He's just going the full bleach blonde. There we go. Oh, it doesn't look half bad. It doesn't look half bad.
I appreciate that. Coming from you, it means a lot to me. So, yeah. We'll wonder how the comments are going to roll out through the night. But anyway, you wanted King Lemon, you got King Lemon. So, there you go. Anyway, apart from that, you've been well. It's been bloody warm, I'll tell you that much.
Yes, it has been very warm in our part of the world. Summer's finally here, I guess. We've been waiting for these hot, stinking days. But, yeah, look, keep them well. Keep them well. Trying to just keep cool on the round up to the year. What's this, the second last show before the end of the year, Doma, is it?
Yes, it will be. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, we'll probably do one. Oh, no, there might be two more.
The second last, yeah. Oh, yeah, two more.
So third last show before the end of the year, before we ran up for another year at double coverage. But yeah, it's still been a lot happening in sport, ongoing. A few things wrapped up, as we know, but sure enough,
we'll get straight into it.
We'll blink and it'll be
all back again
or something like that.
That's exactly right. Oh, Sauce. The NBA Cup was yesterday, and we've got new world champs. Actually, I take it back. It's not a chip for Cat or for Brunson, because it's not LeBron James. Only the LeBron counts it as championships. All right? No one else. They just won a trophy. But the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns, they said he'd never win anything. He won the NBA Cup. So you can all go stick it. Double coverage. You proved us wrong. You proved us wrong, Sauce. Anyway, they beat the Spurs in the final. Which is good for them. It's always good to get paid, mate. A bit of prize money, so which is very, very nice. So that's done and dusted once again for another year in terms of where we are for. Well, what's it done here? I want conference.
It's definitely here to stay. We can say that the NBA Cup. Wow. It's got its own sponsor in Emirates now. You know, more money and revenue for the NBA, so it's going absolutely nowhere, Dom. It will be here in seasons to come. I think that's for sure.
Did Oklahoma lose today?
No, they didn't play.
Or yesterday?
Only 2 games. Yeah, they lost in the semifinals against the Spurs. In the cup.
There goes their win streak.
They were going for 17 in a row.
So they got cooked. Anyway, let's get to the Eastern Conference. The Detroit Pistons, 4 wins on the trot. New York, 5 wins on the trot at the moment. And they both have 2 of the best records, along with Denver, who have won 5 in a row as well. But Detroit flying, Boston's up into 4th. Orlando, Philly's playing pretty well. Atlanta, Miami's in the playing positions. We've lost 5 in a row, the Heat, which is not good. Nothing else notable. Oklahoma obviously losing. Denver 5 straight. The Lakers back on the winning streak, a winning board. Sorry, Spurs won 3 in a row, and then it's pretty open in the West from 5th through to 10th. Could be anyone's. So, yeah. Any thoughts on anything that's happened, Source?
No, not really. It's just a lot to play out still, as we know. The NBA season, it becomes a bit of a grind. Guys in and out of the lineup. You got to hope that your guys are there towards to make that playoff push. Especially as you said, it's pretty bunched up there between 5th and 10th. So a lot of teams can swap around in the West there, so yeah. What can you say? The NBA season at this point, it becomes a grinder. It becomes interesting after All-Star break. You get that push to playoffs, running into the playoffs. At this point, it's more, keeping you guys fit, hoping you rotate your squad. Trying to obviously get closest to 50 wins as you can, because that's obviously going to keep you in good stead going into playoffs. But overall, I'm interested to see what happens with Trae Young. What happens if he does come back? Does he get traded? What's the go with him? Is he out of Atlanta? Is he staying? Is he going?
What about Giannis?
Well, he got injured again, done his calf, and
Mr. Going to break the scoring record.
I don't think so.
All-time points record. Sorry.
He's not going to be able to break that. Not when he doesn't shoot enough threes.
Not when you're not on the court, mate. You're not
make enough threes.
You're going to be on the court to bloody score. First of all, but yeah, that's interesting. Source. He could get moved. Where he goes, who knows? Oh, I wouldn't have a clue. It'd be a good get, I tell you. Whoever can pick him up, good player, Trae Young. I don't mind him. Apart from that, I got no comments on any teams. It's good that the NBA Cup's done as well. It's nice to have some little in-season playing something, I guess. Try and make the season interesting before Christmas. But that's it. I think we'll move straight on to the EPL source. So I'll throw to you for that one. Global says, tragedy in Bondi. Absolutely devastating. Rest in peace to all that lost their lives. 100%. Global. Not a good news story at all this week.
Tragic day.
So hopefully
Australia's history, if you ask me, Doma.
Yeah. One of the darkest days, mate, for sure.
All right. Round 17 EPL. Round 16 EPL. That was on the past weekend. First game off the ranks. Chelsea defeated Everton 2-0. Liverpool get back on the winning list 2-0 against Brighton. Burnley are defeated 3-2 by Fulham. Arsenal win 2-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Not our prettiest performance, Dom, but ultimately deserved the win, if you ask me. Crystal Palace defeated by Manchester City 3-0. Nottingham defeat Tottenham 3-0. Sunderland defeat Newcastle 1-0. West Ham defeated by Aston Villa 3-2. Brentford and Leeds draw 1-1. And United and Bournemouth draw 4-4 at Old Trafford. That is round 16 of games. I can't comment other than the Arsenal game because that's about the only game that I watched. Did you tune into the United game, Doma?
Yeah.
4-4. Goals galore.
Goals galore. No defense. It was good. The roughest thing to come out of it is for how well we've been playing, I guess. We're losing Bumo, Ahmad. They're all going to AFCON. So not going to be playing. And I think we've got a bit of a tough draw coming up. I think our next game is against Villa. So not a good time to lose two of our best players this year. That's for sure. Interesting stat source for you. Man United, second most goals in the Premier League this season, but only have a goal difference of 1 +1. Second most goals behind Man City. What's that tell you? One of the best offensive teams, but one of the worst defensive teams. And that doesn't mean just your defenders. It's not just your defenders, it's your work rate of your midfield defending and everything like that. So, yeah, when I heard that stat, I was absolutely like gobsmacked. I was like, we've kicked the second most goals in the Premier League. I was like, what the hell? And then someone, my mate was telling me that someone posted this thing and they're like, if United won this game, and this game, they'd be top of the table. But I'm like, we didn't. That's why we're not on top of the table. So, yeah, there might have been 1 or 2 games in there where it's like...
Could have gone your way.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, some of those were draws. And we probably shouldn't have... We were lucky to come away with a result. So... It goes both ways. You win some, and there's probably some that we should have lost. And yeah, Fernandez's free kick, I don't know if you've seen it, so it was absolutely cracker. So we're 3-2 down, and I'm watching this game. I watched it on a delay, and you know where I saw up to? Like, I got a notification on my phone that we went 3-2 down. So I didn't know. I'm like, fuck, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't want this game to be ruined for me. And I'd seen, like, I'm watching it live and I knew we were about to go 3-2 down. So I see them kick their goal and I'm like, oh, 2 goals really quickly. It's pretty shit considering we were 2-1 up at half time. They kicked 2 goals in an instant. They kicked the goal pretty much off the kickoff to bring it to 2-2. And then I think it was 6 minutes later, they kicked another one. And then Fernandez kicked this absolute banger goal. Top corner, top right-hand corner, mint goal. And I'm like celebrating here. And I didn't obviously know Cunha was going to score 3 minutes later. Source, I'll tell you what, sometimes I probably just need to get a little camera here to record me. I was watching it here in the office. My missus was asleep. I celebrated. I was like, I couldn't yell. Because I didn't want to wake up the house. So I'm like, yeah! I was going crazy. I was like jumping around like an absolute buffoon. And then literally, when they equalized 6 or 7 minutes later, I was literally smiling. I was actually laughing when they kicked their goal because it was off a ricochet. We went to clear it. It ricocheted off our player and landed to him, and he just tapped it in. And I was actually like laughing my head off. I didn't even get upset. I'm like, this is typical United. Do one of the greatest comebacks to then just let it slip by a deflection to them.
Jammy goal.
Like spuds. So. Anyway, it was a great game. It's always good to see goals.
4-4, mate. I remember 4-4 Liverpool, Arshavin 4. You'll never forget those type of games. Especially when there's some cracker goals in there. All right, Dom, round 17 of games is coming up, and the kickoff this Saturday night, 11:30 p.m. fixture, Newcastle against Chelsea. Then you've got the 2 a.m. fixtures Sunday morning. This is Australian Eastern Daylight Time, converted to your time zone, ladies and gentlemen. 2 a.m., you've got Bournemouth against Burnley, Brighton against Sunderland, Manchester City against West Ham, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Brentford. Then you've got at 4:30 Tottenham against Liverpool, and then 7 a.m. Sunday morning, Everton against Arsenal and Leeds against Crystal Palace. And Monday morning, 3:30 a.m. Aston Villa against United, and Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. to round out round 17, Fulham against Nottingham Forest. That is on the 23rd, Tuesday the 23rd. And that is round 17 of fixtures. The ladder, I'll bring it up, Doma, because I always love to see my team on top. Arsenal, 36 points. Close in behind is City with 34 points. Then you've got Aston Villa, 33 points in third. And then Chelsea, fourth on 28. Crystal Palace, fifth. And United 6th, both on 26, just a differential of 1 goal difference. And then your Liverpool 7th, Sunderland 8th, 9th is Everton, 10th is Brighton, and then other notable, you've got 11th Tottenham and 12th Newcastle United. And then in the relegation zone, we've got West Ham and Burnley. Wolverhampton are cooked. They're only on 2 points. They are getting relegated for sure. And West Ham, Burnley, and Leeds is 17th on 16 points.
Well,
so it's a bit of a battle down there.
Safe to say you'll be going for Man United and West Ham this week if you can beat Everton. Because that's who Man City and Aston Villa are playing against, those two respective sides. So effectively, you're barracking for 3 teams each week: Arsenal, and then whoever play those 2 teams.
Whoever play those 2 teams, exactly right. But we got to do a bit of a better job. As I said, we let it slip against Aston Villa. We didn't play our best against Wolverhampton. I feel like we've hit a bit of a after our great start. We've hit a bit of a lull, and we've got to clean up our performances and be a bit more. I feel like we're not getting the most out of Gyökeres that we could. I still feel with all the players and playmakers we get around him, he doesn't, he doesn't get enough balls played in down the channel. He's not the fastest striker, but he's got good strength. So if he can get that's right side of the defender, you very rarely will get bumped off the ball. And he very rarely, loses 1-on-1. So I don't know. I just feel like we're not using him in his best capabilities. But yeah, it's for the manager to work out. And we do need to clean it up because there's no guarantees. And in this league, Premier League, it's tough. And we've got all the other fixtures that we're going and the other sort of trophies that we're going after as well. So yeah, look,
Global says
got to clean it up.
Clean sheets have dried up a bit for Arsenal, and he said
correct.
Salah has played his last game for us? ?
Yep, spoke about this last week, Global. We think he has. We think he has. Well, after those comments, surely, Dom, as we mentioned last week. So we'll see.
That's exactly right. Perfect. All right, Source. We'll move on to the NFL and the Week 15 games. We had Falcons defeat Buccaneers, Bears defeat Browns, Ravens shut out Bengals 24-0, Texans defeat the Cardinals 40-20, Jags beat the Jets 48-20. The Chargers defeat the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes going down with an ACL injury in this game, Source, but their season is officially over. They're eliminated from the playoffs. The Chiefs losing to the Chargers 16-13. Bills defeat the Patriots 35-31. Commanders defeated the Giants 29-21. Eagles shut out the Raiders 31-0. Broncos beat Packers 34-26. Rams defeat Lions. Saints defeat Panthers. Colts lose again, Source. This time to the Seahawks 18-16. The 49ers defeat the Titans 37-24, and the Vikings defeated the Cowboys 34-26. And the Steelers defeated my Dolphins and booted them out of the playoffs 28-15. All right, so those games this week: Rams, Seahawks, both 11-3. It's a big game on Thursday Night Football. Then we got Eagles at Commanders, Packers versus Bears. That's a divisional game. One team's 9-4, the other one's 10-4. Buccaneers, Panthers, Bills, Browns, Chargers, Cowboys, Jets, Saints, Vikings, Giants, Chiefs, Titans, Bengals, Dolphins, Falcons, Cardinals, Jags, Broncos. That's a 10-4 team. The Jags against the 12-2 Broncos, another cracker. Steelers, Lions, both 8-6. Texas versus Raiders. Patriots against Ravens, and the 49ers against the Colts. So must-win game for the Colts. There's a bit of pressure on your boys at the moment with 3 weeks left, Saucy. That's all there is. 3 weeks of football is left.
We're sliding massively, Doma. We are sliding massively.
Yeah, it's not good. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for NFL. Just a bit of an update for everyone. Obviously coming up to playoffs, and we can talk about that a bit more in depth. But Saucy, anything for UFC?
UFC, the last card was last weekend, so we'll just quickly sneak through the results. We won't spend too much time on it, and we're not going to go over another card because the next card is in the 25th of January next year. So it was Brandon Royval against Manil Cape. Manil Cape gets the KO in the first round. over Brandon Royval. Kevin Velos defeats Giga Gigatse in the featherweight division with a KO in the second round. Cesare Olekjusku defeats Cesar Almeida with a third round decision. Melquila Costa defeats Morgan Chacheri with a KO in the first round. We have a draw between Kennedy Nchukuku and Marcus Buchecha out of Brazil. And then King Green defeats Lance Gibson Jr. with a split decision over the 3 rounds. I'll scroll down here. The Aussie Isaac Thompson defeated by Joe Anderson Brito over the 3 rounds. And then there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just scroll down if you're watching this on YouTube so you can see the results. But that's the last UFC card of the year. Rounds it out. To obviously G up, ladies and gentlemen, a while back I was able to get some I'll put myself big for a second, Doma. I was able to get my hands on some Volkanovski rookie refractors out of Tops 2019, and I was lucky enough that our good friend of the show, when he did his collaboration with Mr. Volkanovski, he allowed me to send these and get these signed, Doma, and I got them graded, and they're both graded. Hang on, 10,
10.
Both got 10 on the order, and they're rookie refractors. My boy, the Volk. No, they're not for sale, ladies and gentlemen. They're going in the PC. Bought them raw off eBay. Got them signed. Thank you to Tyson. So I want to thank Tyson very much. And then I finally sent them off for authentication and grading with PSA. I've turned to the dark side. If it ain't PSA, don't bring it my way, especially with the buyout, Mr. Monopoly Man, which we'll talk about in a little bit, Doma. But I just obviously wanted to end the year on a high of UFC and show you my favorite UFC, one of my favorite UFC moments and pickups that I've had this year, outside of the awesome Khabib that I picked up of Tyson Bex when he did his collaboration with Khabib's. I picked that up this year as well. So
and it's been a great year for UFC as well. Dana White's done a great job, and obviously we look to 2026, Volk back on the cards, and obviously we've got the big White House card, which a lot of rumors that there's going to be 8 title fights or some shit.
Wow!
So
there you go. Trumpy's going to be front and center.
Yeah, he might fight against, I don't know, like Zoran Moghadani, or no, he might fight against Gavin Newsom. They might have a fight. It might actually get me fly over there to watch it. That'd be funny as. So, yeah, it's going to be a big year for UFC in 2026. They've got a lot of stuff happening in the States. Obviously, they've got the World Cup as well next year, which we are gearing up for Source in June all the way through to July. And I found out the games, most games are going to just be played on Fridays and Saturdays of the marquee games. I'm pretty sure I saw. Like there'll be games throughout the week, but the marquee ones are usually going to be Friday and Saturday, which is pretty interesting. It's a good thing for us.
There you go.
Earliest game start time is 5 a.m. That is chump change for us too, considering we did the Qatar times. So that's a sleep.
I was going to sleep for 2.5 hours, set an alarm, wake up, watch the game, go back to sleep for another 2 hours, wake up, watch a game.
Oh, it was mental. My couch definitely got the workout. Anyway, so let's get to hobby talk. We're already there. There isn't much sport happening at the moment. 25 minutes, and we've got the rest of this podcast is dedicated to the hobby, and we're just going to start off Source like we do every week now, just with a product preview.
What have we
Before
got?
we get into the big info, 25-26 Tops Decor UEFA Club Competition Source. Have a look at this. Desiree Doué Modern Marvels base set. Obviously, there's numbered coloured cards. Jude Bellingham. Dual auto here of Neymar and Dembele. What else we got here? Nouveau, which is a Pavel Nedved auto. Ronaldinho, giant patch auto. Eosource, Haaland, Razamataz, 101. Anyway, cards per pack, 8, packs per box, 10, boxes per case, 10, set size is 192 cards, and the release date is on January 20, 2026. Is there anyone you want to look at in particular? Source, autos usually.
My boy, Thierry Henry. Any Henry autos in there?
Sure, there would be.
I'm just looking through.
Just a quick one as we go through. Cole Palmer in there, Mark Guy, then and nows maybe. Look at that. Dual auto. Ronaldinho. You mean Thierry Henry, Victor Gyökeres.
Not bad.
Dual auto. Bellingham, Tony Cruz, Neymar, Dembele. Kenan Yildiz in Alessandro Del Piero. They have one club autos. Alexia Putellas and Gavi. Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
Women's and men's dual auto set. Legends autos. Samuel Eto'o. Blaise Matuidi. Vieri, Schweinsteiger. Freddie Lundberg for Arsenal. Wesley Schneider, Dwight York, Fabregas, Di Maria. Prodigy Autos. Who have we got here? I don't know any of these guys.
Ruben Van Bommel.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
We know who that is.
I know who that is. Leonard Carl, I know who he is. Good player for Bayern Munich. Esteval as well there. Clarence Seedorf.
That's not Leonard Carl, the new young kid.
Yes, it is. Yes.
He's a gun. He's a very good player.
He's very good. Cross up says 2 hours of hobby talk because we already got to it. Dual autos, Saka and Eze, Arsenal. Musiala and Diaz, Bayern. Ronaldo and Raul, that is R9.
Oh, that's a beauty.
That's a cracker. Xavi Simons and Colin Wani. No one really cares about that one. Sorry, guys. Pedri, Yamal, and Rafinha, Barcelona, triple auto. It's pretty good.
Not bad at all. Very good.
Some interesting cards there. Pretty cool. All right. Well, obviously we had that story source, and then that product, and then the biggest story we had was the great man, Nat Turner. The collectors, they're just acquiring Beckett. So Collectors has entered into an agreement to acquire Beckett. Beckett will continue operating as its own independent brand, maintaining its grading standards, marketplace price guide, and customer experience. No changes to PSA or Beckett pricing, and all orders will continue to be processed as usual. There you go. Collector's conundrum.
Make things better at Beckett. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. Do we get a point of
this guy? Yeah, you can't see some of the comments, but I'll read it. Reagstagram says they're about to buy our PSA 9s and turn them into black labels. This guy says, Adams Cards UK says maybe we can get scans now. What else we got? This guy's put a big boo gif. Is this the end of Beckett, just like SGC? Yeah, no shit. That's pretty much what it is.
That's what it is.
The
only thing that will have the premium will be the black label, I guess. And you never know. There could be a some
PSA
form
Black
of.
Label.
Well, yes, Dom. Yes, that's what I was about to say. Took the words out of my mouth. I think there could be some sort of form of that, and then what that does is it allows them to be like, well, if you've got a Beckett Black Label, it automatically gets it. You can send it over to get swapped for a a PSA Black Label, and you can do the crossover, and then it's going to make all the people that have PSA 10s that they think they have a PSA Black Label 10 resubmit their 10s to try and get a Black Label PSA, and it's going to absolutely hit you with absolutely no Vaseline, no lube of any kind for a massive upcharge if you have to get one of those, especially on high value cards. So yeah, Dom, I think this is all marketing. It's all
This
just a
guy,
marketing
this guy
ploy
here
to
says
capitalize
pack
everything.
sports cards, or says reduced competition is never good for consumers regardless of industry. Control market share and control prices for profits. This means they can do whatever they want whenever they want.
The way they are moving in this market, PSA, obviously we know they bought SGC. They've bought now Beckett. They own collectors now have their own PSA. They own 3 of the top 5 grading companies. The only other ones there are CGC, and then Tag Grading, which is caught momentum. So yeah, look, I don't like it. I don't like it overall. I'll be honest with you, Dom. Like, I actually don't like them acquiring Beckett. But yeah, there's not much you can do. And we've said for ages on this show, if you are going to send your cards in, you should be sending them to PSA only. If you want to grade them, if you're grading them with anyone else, it's pretty silly. Beckett was one of the
TCG Black Label still got the most value with TCG.
Yes, no. Well, some of them it's worth it. Like if you're grading certain Bandai created cards, whether One Piece or Dragon Ball, it's worth it to send it over to Beckett because their quality of printing is quite good. So the chances of a Black Label are actually pretty decent compared to some other card sets out there. But yeah, the Black Label does still dominate in that factor. You are right. You are correct. But yeah, that could all be taken away. Tom, imagine that. Imagine they introduced the PSA Black Label, essentially.
Well, they can call it that now. They've got no copyright infringement.
The no copyright. Exactly right. They own
them. Yeah, comments couldn't get any worse for Beckett, could it? Well, no, it's a win for Dr. Beckett. Well, I don't even think he owns them anymore, but I'm pretty sure he sold out his share ages ago. But sure, this is the way up for Beckett. Beckett's pretty much cooked. Guys, are you still sending cards to SGC anymore? No one sends them to SGC.
I sent one sub to SGC ever.
No, but now since PSA bought them, who's sending them?
No, not really.
If you go to Gem Rate, I'll bring it up.
If I'm sending it anywhere other than PSA, I'm probably sending it to CGC, and I'm probably sticking to only TCG cards. I'm probably not going to be sending sports cards there.
There you go. So pretty much you're sending them to CGC. That's where you're sending them. Look at that.
You never know. In a few years' time, none of these other two could exist, and they could just be upskilling the workforce and taking away from Beckett and SGC, and then putting them into PSA, and then it's all under PSA.
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
And SGC.
Yep. Crazy, huh?
Mental. I don't think it's good for a consumer.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm with you.
But yeah, we sort of the writing was on the wall when they pumped a lot of money into their marketing. Paying Kendrick Perkins to say things, and then the traction, the way it was going, and you hear people from You know,
Aoki came in the space, and then you had who else did you have? Logan Paul came into the space too. Source.
there's one. Oh, man, they may or may not get rid of it because I mean Beckett, it's so iconic. But if they, I don't know. It's an option there for him to get rid of it, and just steal the workers to put in the PSA. But
Yeah.
Mr. Monopoly man, Nat Turner strikes again. Just buys it up.
I'd ask him to come on the show to answer some questions with us, but we already know the answer to that. Source. It's a big fab.
Been declined a number of times.
I don't know. Is what it is. I'd love to ask him. You're gonna put a black label in, and you're gonna have subgrades. Would you consider adding subgrades? No. The reason he's buying these companies is so they wither down and they die and become a shell of themselves, so then no one worries about subgrades ever again. It's the whole point of it. Just phase it out. Black label, phase it out. So the most valuable cards are PSA. That they should have like a shining red label or something because that's their colors. Like an all red label with white lettering, like a metallic red. You know how they're black and gold?
Yeah.
Theirs is just red and white. Like it's all red with the white, or all blue, because that's them. The colors in their logo.
I get you. It's a possibility. We're going to throw it out into the ether. It's we don't know what they're going to do.
That's right.
But they might not change anything, and we might just be speculating on absolute nothing.
That's good. You got to speculate. It's not a bad idea.
You got to know.
They've got a buyback thing now. They've got their own little marketplace, and who knows?
Well, they're trying to eat at every level. They're trying to eat at every level.
They could be in that working.
Part of the monopoly, isn't it?
They could be.
Donald?
Could straight be working with Fanatics eventually. You never know. Fanatics break product, goes straight through their grading, which is PSA, and then it just ends up on the Fanatics auction house. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
There you go,
mate. The cards,
does sound good.
All your cards never actually leave their facility. You send the card to grade, come in and grade. They grade it a 9. They buy it off of you for a 9. It gets then a PSA 10, ends up on the Fanatics auction house, and it just trades hands continuously. No one ever takes it. It just gets relisted every auction. Sounds good. And they do that for every single card that they think has value at the time. And they pump and dump them. They become squillionaires.
Pump and bump. Because they bump them up and then they sell them off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's good to speculate sometimes, or it could be a good thing to have less competition. And they're doing, well, it's never good to have less competition, but maybe it is good to have less competition, Source. Considering everyone says they don't give a shit about any other grading company, it's only PSA. Maybe we get rid of them all. We just have PSA. Does that mean we just hold them?
True monopoly. Then we'll be paying. We already pay $42 a card right now for the lowest rate here from Australia. We'll probably be paying freaking $85.
As they say, Source, you don't know what you got till it's all gone. So maybe we just have one
green on the other side, as they say.
Maybe we just have PSA, Source. They're the only grading company, and when they stuff up, maybe the hobby might attempt. That's the key word, to hold them accountable. Attempt. And try to forget about bad things they do within 4 hours of them doing something bad. Short-term memory loss. After 4 hours, they're the best. We just bought back a gazillion cards and regraded them 10s and roared the whole entire market. But we forgive you. Take my money.
Take my money. We want the upcharges. Cross Up Collector says maybe upcharges coming from Beckett. We don't know. Hopefully they don't change anything. As we've mentioned, a few of our things that we think could happen with what they might do with Beckett. Let's wait. It's a wait and see. CGC had their chance to take market share, but they decided to increase prices. What are they charging these days, Cross Up Collector, for CGC price? I haven't sent to them in a few years, I'll be honest with you. So I don't actually know what their base is, their base rate is on their lowest turnaround at the moment.
Global says, what happens when the market crashes because nobody has money for cards? Well,
that's what will happen. It's got to do with the global factors of economics of the world, and when inflation increases and mortgage rates rise, it's going to create less cash flow for people to spend on cards. Prices have to come down in that instance, because there's less buyers on the market. So people will then be willing to take less, which is good if you're a collector. I would love for some of the stuff that I want to buy to come down a bit in price, especially a nice flawless patch order of Kobe Bryant, that fetches like 20K these days. I think I seen one pop up. It was about 15,500 they wanted for it, and I was like, jeez, I just want 15,500. Just sell it to me for 5 or something. I'll be happy to pay 5. But yeah, look, I don't know, Global. That's, once again, it's a wait and see. Do I think there's going to be worse times ahead economically? Yes, personally. This is not financial advice,
especially in this country.
Just my opinion on the factors that I'm aware of. So yeah, I don't know. Does that take a big hit to the collectible market? Most likely. I think
definitely in this country.
Yeah. So when that comes, we'll see. Are people still spending on disposable income on cards?
We'll see. That's right. Vinny says, it's Dom Nacho. Ganacho. Hello, Magda. Yes, I have. I'm a giant lemon.
He's bleached his hair. It's not the first time, Magda, as we know. OGs
might not be the last time. Who knows?
Okay, he could be rocking it.
Just talking shit.
He's not going to be rocking it the whole year. Honestly, you should have done a mohawk. You should have done a mohawk down the middle.
You've lost your marbles. I'll look like the guy from Tekken.
Yeah,
the fighter in Tekken, the bleached hair. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a throwback. Magda says prayers to the families in Bondi as well. Yes, definitely, 100%. Saucy, you've got one last thing in hobby talk.
I do.
You found something interesting.
I did find something interesting, and I don't know the whole story. So if anyone knows more of this story, please report back. I didn't do a deep dive, and I don't know the whole extent of the story, but from what I understand, and this gentleman, and I'll bring up first. I'll bring up his page, and then I'll click on the letter he received. So this guy on IG, here he is here. This guy on IG.
The hobby
box _ Luke. He's from the UK. If you scroll down a little bit on his page, he's got a letter from Fanatics that literally reads, "Dear Mr. Curtis, please be advised I serve as Director of Litigation for Fanatics Collectibles, which owns and operates Tops. In that capacity, I have recently been informed of your improper conduct and communication. Indeed, for several months, you have repeatedly sent harassing communications to our team, and you have made false and disparaging comments online. In recent weeks, you have escalated this harassment using profane and offensive language to further defame our business and our employees. Your misconduct will not be tolerated. Accordingly, you are hereby instructed to immediately and permanently cease all communication with our employees, officers, or directors. You are further instructed to cease and desist from all false, defamatory, harassing, or offensive communications regarding our business or our employees. To be clear, regardless of the method of communication, you are hereby instructed not to communicate with or about our people. Any further attempts to do so will be reviewed in light of applicable criminal and civil laws, including but not limited to the Protection from Harassment Act. We reserve all the rights to take action to protect employees and our business from defamation and harassment. Please govern yourself accordingly. If you or your counsel have any questions regarding the above, you may direct them to me. Sincerely, Jason Schneider, the Senior Vice President of Director of Litigation at Fanatics. And now you might be thinking, why would they be sending this Luke bloke a cease and assist? From far as I understand, the extent goes, and I did read something about it. He has evidence of. I'm not sure if you're aware. There's a big Tops flagship store in UK, I think in London.
You brought this up on the show. You told us
massive store, right?
Yes,
and he has evidence and hard evidence, whether it be, I think it's a recording or something that he recorded, having the employees say that they know where which breakers are going to get certain hits out of the upcoming product, and what's come out of their mouth has actually transpired. So they have said that this one of this player and this product is going to be found by this breaker, and it was actually found by that breaker. So that's the extent I understand. I don't know the 100% facts, and I could be a little bit wrong on the story, but that's from what I've read. That's what I understand. And that is why he literally makes a mockery of that. If you see that, his comment is, kindly go fuck yourself. Won't be silenced at all for your wrongdoing. You can send an email, but can't address the public with all the fraud that's happening. Right. So this guy's not stepping down, and he's got 21,000 followers.
He's doubling down by the looks of things.
He's doubling down on this. So, you get a lawsuit like that. I mean, if you're in the right, you've got something serious, he's doubling down, right? So why would he take those actions if he doesn't believe in the evidence that he has in his hands? And the many people saying don't back down, take it all the way. And I'm just interested to see where this goes, because it's been an ongoing topic in this hobby, especially in the content creating community on YouTube, about loaded boxes.
Yes.
As we've spoken before. Mr. AIH, the tinfoil man, he loves to talk about the loaded boxes. And you've got Cage, on the other hand, who loves to give him shit about talking about the loaded boxes. But if you've got something like this coming out, and from what I understand, it was like, I don't know, they said something like this one of this player is going to come out by this breaker, and it happened. If you've got evidence like this, and that's said by the person that works in that Tops flagship store in London, like, that's a really bad look, right? That's a really, really bad look, them knowing that sort of thing. Because also at the same time, if you know that, and all right, you're going to chase this one of one, say it's Ronaldo, Messi, a big one of one, it's going to go to that breaker, you're just going to buy, you're just going to buy everything of that from that breaker releases, and eventually you're going to hit that one of one, right? So if you know that, it's a bit like insider trading, Dom. Then you invest all your money into that breaker to hit that one of ones, and then sell it for a big profit.
That's right.
Is it not?
That's right.
So think about it like that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not okay to give people tips off on the stock market. So why is it okay for fucking Tops to be doing this? Now, whether they are or they aren't, right? I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they aren't.
We did say
speculating in what's transpired.
We have spoken about this on the show before, and I reckon it was about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where we said we find it hard because there was breakers I think it was a Panini product came out. Breakers were the ones hitting the big cards, and we said, how do they not have a system where they know where each card goes? Like, you know what I mean? There's a serial code on every box.
Well, I think there's also been people that have proven that there's certain serial numbers on the boxes, on the outside of the boxes, that you can tell by what serial number, what type of hit is in the box.
Well, that's right. They did it with the kabooms.
That's right. They did it with the kabooms to know which boxes had the kabooms in it, and it was in a Revolution product.
Yes,
So this sort of stuff is out there, ladies and gentlemen. So to say that this couldn't not be true it's false. I mean, it's pretty. What do I say? False. It's crazy to think that way, because also, why would this hobby box Luke double down and literally tell him to go fuck themselves after he's just been sent to cease and desist for defamation? Right. Like, if you haven't got good evidence, like.
I know
he's not happy about it. He's clearly, obviously, a person who loves the hobby, and
he's gone hard. He's gone real hard.
He's gone real hard. So it'd be interesting. I'd love to reach out to him to see what else he has to say, what the actual whole story is. Because,
reach out to him, get him on. He can come on. Get him on. Why not? Reach out to him, Source. Tell him we run a pod. We spoke about your story. You want to come on? Then we can talk to him about his breaking, and there's more in it than just talking about a big news story that could be factual. Backyard Bunnies had some issues as Global. The fact that they're still operating is beyond me. What have they done? Well, the cross-up said the Filth Bomb hit 5 debut patches. I'm assuming the Filth Bomb is the Backyard Le Mans. If you can let us know in the comments, Global, we can touch on it for 2 seconds. Probably 2 seconds that we won't get back in our life because we're talking about those absolute lemons, but yeah. You're reaching out to him right now, aren't you?
I literally just sent him a message. So, ladies and gentlemen, live on the show, I've reached out. We'll see if I can get more information. I just think this is because once again, I'll just bring it back to you've got AIH who always gets absolutely drilled by so many people in this community for this loaded box thing situation. You've got people saying for him, drop it. It's been 2 years you've been going on about this, or 3 years. Just drop it now. Just drop it. But if something like this is to actually be true, AIH should literally just go up on the Mount Rushmore of the hobby police. He should be up on the Mount Rushmore, right? He should literally straight up there, first face. That's all I got to say.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, just pump him full. Just pump that brain. Just pump it up.
Yeah. I can't say. Well, we really can't say too much about Raul on this show, can we? If you're going to put him on the Mount Rushmore, then you might as well put us up on the Mount Rushmore with him. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying there'd have to be some people that have to apologize to him in a way, right? Because
yeah, we would definitely have to apologize to him.
Oh, jeez.
But
no, we've on the loaded box thing.
He's been pretty good.
We've said in the past why it makes sense as a to a marketing ploy. It makes sense to do it. Whether it's we genuinely think that or not, that's up to us, right? We're just framing it to think outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. Don't always, monkey see, monkey do. It's the old trick. How show one hand over here, but you don't see what's going on with the other hand behind the back, right? And bang, 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 and there's a bit of magic, and there you go, right? So if the hobby box Luke gets back to us, we will do an interview with him to ask him
Get him
exactly
on.
what happened, and we get him on for
Magda
sure.
reckons they do get loaded boxes.
There you go. It's for
Hello
you,
to
ladies and gentlemen, to
Goliath.
decide.
How you going, brother? What else we got in here? Lemons have loaded boxes. I think Breakers definitely get him. Where's Jeff Wilson at? Mate, we might have to tee up. I would be the. Well, we would be the what's the word between AIH and Cage? You know, we just be there to resolve the problem. The peacekeepers. What's the latest
Mediator.
on Phil's thing?
That's right.
Mediator. Yeah, that's what we do. We'd mediate it. We'd mediate their issues, get them back on their love terms as good buddies. Goliath says, "I want loaded boxes." Well, if you want a loaded box, ladies and gentlemen, there's plenty of them at double coverage breaks. You just need to buy in.
There's our hook. There's our hook, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, if you're not in the Facebook breaks group, get in. We do
Definitely get in. We've actually had some people buy off the personals, or one person buy off the personals, and we want to rip his stuff with a few other things. So feel free, if you're keen and you want to treat yourself to a personal Christmas present opened by Santa's elves themselves.
Fine bleached blonde hair, and yes, we'll wear some Santa Claus hats on stream for you, ladies and gentlemen, and do a couple of renditions. OPO 13. Oh, you want to open it? You can. I'll open it for you, but it's got to be at the. I've got 3 boxes, mate. So, but it's got to be at the market price. I'm not opening it at the price that I bought it at. Not for you, Joe. That's Joe, by the way, Doma.
I know who it is. I know. Sorry, I couldn't catch up with you on Tuesday, brother. I just had to finish up work. So, is Merlin out today? Says Magda.
I don't know, but all I know is if you want to get these sort of boxes off tops, you need to be whatever the release date is. They tell you, they make you pay 3 months before pre-order. Tops are doing the old.
Nice. We'll catch up next time you're down.
Tops are doing the old. Which company loves doing this? JB Hi-Fi or Big W with the pre-orders on Pokemon. They take your money now, but the product doesn't release for 3 months. They just prop up their books.
Yeah, pretty much.
With the numbers of sales that they have. But on another note, ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't aware, Ascended Heroes, the new set pre-orders have been releasing over the last few days. So I think Big W did some, JB did some. I'm sure there'll be some more. If you got your EB Plus, you can pre-order there. They did only allow 1 ETB per account, which is fair enough. There is word that EB will have quite a bit of supply. It'd be good to be able to go back to the days where maybe EB Games did, they've got a pretty stocked card section now, Doma, and there's pretty good selection when you go in there. But there's never any Pokemon packs or boxes or anything. It's only ever pre-order EB stock. Don't know if we'll ever get back to that stage again. May or may not. But just a point out to you, ladies and gentlemen, that the pre-orders are going at the moment. EB Games sells out quick for Pokemon. Sometimes they do. I mean, it's been up. There's heaps of Pokemon, that you can get now out there. So I think, the homies moved to One Piece. Well, it does seem that way. You got a lot of people jumping on the One Piece train. And the one thing I will say, I feel like there's probably less One Piece printed than there is Pokemon. So, I mean, when in the spectrum of rarity of cards, it's probably not a bad ploy. If
They'll
you
just
look at it that
go down in value, the Pokemon, and people will buy them all up and do a revolving cycle again, mate.
Yep.
Then they'll go through the effing roof.
It all comes swings and roundabouts. So you just have to know when to buy. Make sure you're not buying at the high. That's why with Pokemon, it's difficult at the moment. You want to buy cards that you want to collect. But some stuff is just crazy, and then people, you know what the great one was, people telling me it's a market crash. Oh, the market, Pokemon's crashing, mate. You have fucking PSA 9s that were $100 a year ago. They're selling for freaking $800. They've gone up 8x in a freaking year, and it's now down to $500. And you're telling me it's a market crash? Like, are you kidding yourself? It's still up freaking 4 or 5x from where it was a year ago. I'm like, it's a market crash if it goes back down, back to $100, back to its original price and less. That's a market crash. Even if it stays at $300, well, if that's the new price of this PSA 9, whatever card it is, and stays at $300, I said it's not really a crash. It's just that's its new floor, right? And everyone will start buying them at that price because the 10 of that card is probably through the roof. Right, because not everyone can afford the 10. So this is how it all works.
Joe said Pokemon going to print more. Just purchase huge new factory to be completed 2027, just in time for the release in conjunction with their new generation of Pokemon in their new Pokemon game, which is coming out in 2027. Ironically,
they're on the money, aren't they? Pokemon.
Is it 2027 or maybe it's the end of next year? Sorry, it's coming out. I thought it was 2027. Anyway, that's pretty much.
That was the run up before people. That was the run up before the run up. What is what I called it a few months back. What did I say, Doma? I said maybe this is the 30th anniversary run up that everyone thinks going to come in the 30th anniversary. Let's wait and see. Am I wrong? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But maybe I was right. Would have been the time to sell all your Pokemon, and maybe the run up that we think is going to come for 30th anniversary never comes, because we've seen it before with other things. I mean, we've seen it with the 25th. There was a big run up on the lead up, but when the 25th got around to that month where the 25th was officially the 25th, things didn't go up more. They were starting to cool off. So it could be the case with this one. Could be. Could be wrong, could be right, who knows? But we put these out there so you, ladies and gentlemen, can decide to critical think for yourself, and ask the questions that you need to ask to make the decision that is right for you.
That's it. Perfect. On that note, Source.
Yes, correct. On that note, Dom, I'll wrap it up.
Keep living, loving, and breathing sports. I'm Dom with the Great Man Source's double coverage. And cards. And please, ladies and gents, I know no one's going to buy into breaks, but invite all your friends. Just go into Facebook, go into your group, go to invite, just click all. Whoever comes in, comes in. You get $5. And it tells me
you get $5 free credit every person that comes in.
If 100 of your friends join, you get $500 break credit. Why the hell would you not want that? That you can use at $5 at a time. I must let you know, but still, there's your incentive. That's happy days, mate. Because eventually we're going to stop the promotion. Select AFS still makes the highest quality cards in the hobby. Completely agree. Free OP13. For you, at the right price, Joe, Saucy said he would.
Joe's just going to freaking invite all his bot friends and then just get all the free credit and just try to swindle an OP13 box off me.
Yeah, what? Get a $5 discount. Anyway, peace out. We'll catch you next week.
Catch you next time, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.